The governing New Patriotic Party has amended its constitution at an extraordinary delegates conference in Kumasi on Sunday after it postponed same at the previous conference in Cape Coast. Well, before the amendment will be considered, the proposal to prevent dual citizens from contesting executive positions was withdrawn. Also, the amendment that will allow members of parliament to appoint members of the constituency executive was also withdrawn. As well as amended was that it will make the presidential candidate the leader of the party. President Akufo-Addo gave a rather strong justification for this.
We have agreed the 3 controversial amendments are going to be withdrawn. The first is the amendment making it impossible for dual citizens to hold party office and contest elections. That amendment will be a disaster for our party. It will lead to the collapse of our overseas branches, and it is not constitutional. I'm aware of the problem that the amendment seeks to cure, but we have to do with it in another manner. And that is amendment number 30, Roman 5A, at page 8 of the book. The second proposal that is going to be withdrawn and has been withdrawn is the one that gives MPs the right to appoint members of the constituency executive. I am strongly opposed to the measure, and it is going to be withdrawn. The third amendment to which I am absolutely opposed is that one that is set down as motion number 85, which seeks to make the presidential candidate, the president of our party, the flag bearer and leader of the party. That motion is against all precedent and tradition of this party, and I am going to ask for Congress to, if they will not be withdrawn, to oppose and reject it. We do not need that amendment.
And the suspended General Secretary of the party, Kwabena Japon, who was present at the conference, stated that being on suspension for 2 years was too long, stating emphatically that he did no wrong.
Being on suspension for over 2 years is too long. I think our constitution doesn't provide for that. It didn't envisage the General Secretary of the party to be absent from his job for 2 years. It's not there. But I hope that good sense will prevail. I mean, I'm happy with myself. I thank God for the heart that I have.
Somebody said
very
he expects a formal apology from you, and that you've not shown enough remorse.
You apologize when you've done wrong. And I want to be honest with you.
You've not done any wrong.
No, nobody has proved any wrong. I mean, there were, when you want to see a compelling wrong, you understand. So I am happy with myself. The party took a decision. I respect the party. I accepted it. I disagreed with that decision. And I carried on with my life. And I still, whatever little I can do to support the party, I do it.
And the regional chairman of the Ashanti region for the party, Bernard Nkwibo-Isiakun, known to many others as Chairman Wuntumi, has promised to annex every seat in the region to the party. According to him, winning every parliamentary seat in the region is part of his main agenda before he exits office.
Your Excellency, as chairman of this region, my interest, my dream is to see that by the end of the day, we will have the fruitful deliberation and arrive at the decision that will further strengthen the structures of this party and ensure that every member, particularly the hard-working delegates and the full soldiers, are ultimate beneficiaries of this party. I would also like to repeat my pledge that before I end my tenure as a regional chairman of this party, every single parliamentary seat in the Ashanti region will be in the hands of the great MPP party in Ashanti. Once again, let me welcome everybody to Kumasi, the Ashanti regional capital. And I wish all of us a fruitful discussion. You are blessed. You are blessed. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana. You are blessed, the MPP. You are blessed, everybody here. You are blessed.
The Menace of Health, Kweku Agyeman-Manu, has dismissed assertions that congestion as a result of the implementation of the free senior high school policy was the cause of meningitis outbreak and H1N1 cases being recorded on some campuses in the country. He insists the toll would have been higher if the cause was congestion. This position contradicts the earlier claims made by the Ghana Health Service that congestion in some senior high schools after the implementation of the free SHS policy is a causal factor in the spread of the disease. He spoke to JoyNews.
Those attributing this to congestion, I wouldn't know what evidence and information that they have, but when there's a challenge and it is the public health people who should deal with the matter, I believe we may have to take whatever information they give us as the most reliable information, but not people sitting outside who might not even know where the problems are coming from. It is congestion in the school, and there are 25 students sleeping where 5 students will stay, and there is meningitis. It will attack only one person. These are logical issues that anybody will also want to interrogate the matter with. I don't think that is the major challenge there. Other than that, the case bedding will have been higher, the incidents will have been very, very high, not the numbers that we are looking at. But I don't want to believe that it is congestion.
The minister also assured that the H1N1 influenza vaccines will arrive in the country on Wednesday, December 20, at least. That is the assurance from the World Health Organization, according to him. Well, government is determined to punish anyone whose actions or inactions are seen to negatively impact on the smooth implementation of the free senior high school program. This is according to the Vice President, Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. The free senior high school policy is a major flagship program of the new Patriotic Party government, which began in September this year. According to the Vice President, there had been reports of pilfering by some school heads or authorities of the free food being supplied by government, as well as the charging of unapproved fees by some school heads. Giving the warning at the 50th anniversary celebration of the installment of Nana Boachi Trumu III as Omanhene and President of the Duayang Kwanta Traditional Council in the Bonafu region, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said government would move beyond naming and shaming to actual prosecution to deter those he describes as saboteurs.
The good news is that out of the 400,000, the record shows that at least 90,000 would not have had the chance to benefit from secondary education without free SHS. This is how important the policy is to the development of Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, while there may be some challenges in the initial implementation, the good news is that government has taken note of the problems and is working feverishly to address them. I'm also happy to note that of the 5 senior high schools in this area, the MP has told me that you have had no problems in the implementation of the free senior high school education. However, it is sad to note that in the implementation, there is the desire by some Ghanaians to make sure that the program does not succeed. In the last few months, we've had reports of deliberate attempts by some individuals, ranging from matrons, heads of institutions, and others, attempting to circumvent the regulation and stealing materials intended to benefit the children who are in their care. This is unacceptable, and the government is determined to severely punish wrongdoers and those who have made it a habit to steal and to obstruct. actions to curb the situation should not just end at the doorstep of naming and shaming, but also with prosecution where applicable. I want to see sterner actions taken against such persons, particularly those who decide to divert or steal resources meant for the free senior high school program.
Meanwhile, in other news, the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has disclosed that all is set for the commencement of the OneVillage OneDam campaign pledge of the governing New Patriotic Party. Construction works can now go ahead as the rainy season is over. According to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, government in its 2017 budget earmarked some 94.5 million Ghana cedis for the implementation of the projects. Opening the Regional Ministers Conference in Kumasi on Friday, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia stated government intended to fulfill its OneVillage OneDam program as it would be critical to the development of agriculture in Ghana.
Of course, in the 3 northern regions, we also have the OneVillage OneDam project. And again, this OneVillage OneDam project is one that you have to start virtually now, because the rainy season is coming to an end, and this is really the time to start the construction of the dams. And so we should be moving very quickly with the development authorities to try as quickly as possible to begin those particular projects. For a large extent, it's really a caterpillar and bulldozer matter in putting these dams together.
The head of Transport Department at the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, Alex Johnson, says infrastructure and the quality of services are the main challenges with the transport industry in Accra. Speaking on the sidelines of the launch of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly Pedestrian Safety Action Plan, Mr. Johnson stated collaboration between the private and public sectors could help address the challenges.
Some of it have to do with infrastructure. Some of it has to do with the services. So you look at it, the sphere of providing transport is multi-stage, multi-stage activity. So it also involves a lot of agencies. So I think the most important thing to do is to ensure that the collaboration among private and public agencies with the aim of improving mobility is well tackled and well handled. Well, there is always room for improvement in every sphere of life, and mobility is one of them. And I should say that part of the awakenings, like engaging in the launch of this transport action plan or pedestrian safety action plan, is part of the awareness that we want to create to tell people that there are improvements that we need to make in all aspects of mobility, whether they are motorized or whether somebody is walking. Walking is also a mode of transportation. And so for everything that is happening, there is a new awakening. A new department of transport has been created at the assembly level so that we can actually tackle the issues that are close to us in communities concerning mobility.
Human Rights Division of the High Court, presided over by His Lordship Justice Anthony K. Yeboah, will today deliver judgments in the case brought by 5 citizens in connection with the 11-year delay in implementing the Representation of the People Amendment Act 2006, Act 699, known to many others as ROPA. The applicants are Kofi A. Boateng, Nelly Kemevo, Obed Dankwa, Christiana Selim, and Ajenim Boateng, all residing in New York and Kentucky, respectively, in the United States of America. And they are citizens by birth, dual citizens, or both. Well, let's move on. A student of the Sewa Nyakon Senior High School in Kumasi on Friday besieged the offices of the Ashanti Regional Minister and the KMA Chief Executive over encroachment on their school land. It follows the sighting of shops at the areas designated for lawns outside the school's premises. Some private developers who use the school's walls as support for their structures were also included. Authorities say attempts to move them with the support of local authorities have so far yielded no result. Nanaya Ojima now reports.
According to school authorities, student control has become difficult since students easily scale the school walls using private structures as leverage. Academic work continued to dip due to excessive noise from pubs around the school. Students say they are living in fear after one of the shops in the area caught fire earlier this month. Assistant headmistress Esther JC says the area is gradually becoming a den for criminals.
The structures there, they should move it away. That is the only girls' school within that particular vicinity. And look at how they are treating it. I sometimes wonder what the assembly members are even doing it. There hasn't been any encouragement at all from them, even to support girls' school like this there. It isn't that we are not even performing. For even them to come there to witness the problems we are going through, they are not.
Meanwhile, an official at the Regional Coordinating Council received a petition from the students on behalf of the regional minister.
You are lucky today that even the vice president will be in town. So I think he will hear of your concern. What I will say is that you have to exercise patience. Go back to school and then keep to your books. Because the issue you have raised is very, very serious. And I think the authority has to take immediate steps to address it. So don't be worried. When you go back, don't fight anybody. Don't do anything that will create embarrassment. You keep to your books. And then I also ask the teachers and then the staff of the school to also exercise patience.
Before we go, in the spirit of laugh, past students of the Accra Academy paid a visit to the JoyNews Special School to give students a feel of the festive season.
And this is how students of JoyNews Special School wrap up the academic year. The school is one of the few in the country that attends to the intellectual needs of special children, but the school has many challenges.
So the challenges is parental attitude. This school used to be a home. We were not going on holidays, so they would dump them here and then not come. So the parents are supposed to at least visit once a week, and they're also supposed to attend PTA meetings in their numbers. But this is what we are trying to let them understand, that they should accept the children as they are and treat them normally as their other siblings.
In the spirit of Christmas, past students of Accra Academy organized a party for students of JoyNews Special School. Dr. Ibrahim Bade, acting internal auditor of the University of Ghana and president of the Blobi 94 group, called on Ghanaians not to lose values of volunteerism.
Sometimes we don't see how blessed we are as a people. And I was telling my friends, some people feed their dogs much better than what these kids are eating. What does it take to buy a bag of rice or a pack of drinks, and to just put joy in the face of such kids?
The group also donated many items, including rice, oil, and toiletries, to help in the running of the facility.